Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Lviv and Let Die. How you doing? The sound is going to sound not quite as good as usual. I'm using a different mic because my other mic has been borrowed by somebody, so apologies. But yes, I also accidentally played one extra game than I was supposed to, but it is what it is. Now, let me show you where we are. Here we are. Oh no, that's the transfer rumours. Yeah, so we finished in, well, we could potentially finish as high as third, but let's just assume we're finishing in fifth or fourth. Or yeah, that's about the same as where we finished last year, pretty much identical, except we're doing a lot better in terms of points. We've also dropped off a little bit in the last few games. So having come back from the winter break, we won the first three games. You saw us beat Arsenal. We then beat Titan Armansk. We beat Vorskla 2-1. We lost annoyingly again to Helios Kharkiv before beating Tavria 3-2 and losing 3-2 at Govela. We then won two games in a row fairly comfortably, Zoya and Krumpelitska. Anyway, and then we lost 3-1 to Arsenal. We won 6-2 against Zirka. We lost 4-3, and then we won 4-3, and then we lost 1-0. So this one's probably going to be 7-7. I have no idea really. Probably not though. Niva are actually the team above us in the league, so that's who we have to play. We've been playing pretty well. The defence is shocking. We probably need a new keeper. I've already signed a couple of people. They're already on their way in terms of left and right back. And I think the central midfield needs shoring up a little bit. But I think we are now building a strong-ish platform with which we can use to make a good run at the Premier League next year. So let's hope for that. Yeah, I mean, if we'd had the form that we've had now in the first half of the season, if we'd converted some of these draws into wins and losses, we probably would have gone up. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, yeah. So we had Figueroa scored a fair few goals. Sergei scored. Boyko has scored a couple. Levchuk has actually been on a pretty good run of form as well. Figueroa again there. Levchuk again. Levchuk and Figueroa, etc. So we're doing pretty good. These games here, what was it? Figueroa 3, Levchuk 2, Mamurov scoring finally. I think he scored twice in this one. He did. Sanchez scored. Suarez scored, and there we won 1-0. Lost 1-0 to Metallurg, even though I think we were the better team. But it is what it is. So let's not waste too much time. Let's see how we're going to line up. Looks like half the team's gone on holiday, and that's because. Oh, it's probably because they have. Every other league finishes about 2 games before our league does, so I think we're playing a week later than most other leagues. That's why a lot of these people have gone off to international duties, for example, like Suarez. So off he comes. We'll put Zimarkov on the bench. We're going to go in midfield. Chabin got suspended in the last game, so great for him, well done. We're going to bring in Tubilov. He's going to play instead of Shaban. And we'll put Perovic on the bench. In fact, we could probably start with him because, yeah, we could. Tubilov, let's start like that. And then up front, we'll just leave things as they are. So let's go. Start. Radaby scored a couple of goals as well, a couple of crucial goals. He's a good player. But a couple of the other ones who we've not been able to fit in just because we only have so many spaces in the squad. For example, Nemeth, the Hungarian guy, he's already wanting to leave, and that's fine. We need to sell them anyway, so he'll be gone. And also the Latvian fella that I brought in, he'll also be sold. So we'll keeping our head above water. I saw that the probably because I spent so much money on buying in so many players, I didn't spend any money on them, but I had a lot of players on decent wages. So our balance has dropped below 0 again, but we should quite easily make that up once we start selling players. Figueroa there should really have done better. Good ball through, though. Yeah, so like I said, we've replaced. So for next season, Lerpat the Butterman will. Okay, Nagini's given him a penalty there. And Nagini's signed the contract. Oh no, in fact, I think Lerpat the Butterman actually also he activated a clause which meant that he. Got an extra year's extension. That's fine. He'll stick around as the backup right back, and the same with Nagini. He'll be the backup left back. We've signed 2 new players, both Ukrainians, to fill those spots. So that's really good. The next key thing will be attempting to bring in a couple of really quality midfielders to give us some options there, because we've also, I think, signed a really good left midfielder to give Galushkin a bit of a extra oomph. So we'll see. But you'll see how things go when we come back in the next video. Figueroa, Boyko, Levchuk, Pavlyuchenko, and they clear. Yeah, it looks like our season's going to sort of peter out a little bit. There was a point where we were within 1 or 2 points of Arsenal, but obviously you can see there that the sort of 3 or 4 defeats in the last 5 or 6 games has put paid to that. It shows how hard to get out of this league, though, because actually last year our points total would have been enough for us to go up in second, and this year we are 5th and probably going to stay 5th. So, it is what it is. Figueroa wins the header. Levchuk, oh, you fucking clown. Boyko, every time I record it seems we do, oh no, that's not true, we did beat, I'm remembering the video that that was never saved, that never actually got recorded. Lerpak the bottom end, Pavlyuchenko, Perovic. See, so Pavlyuchenko is a player that I want to replace because he's not good enough. Like, he's okay, he'll occasionally play alright, but he's not good enough for a team who wants to try and win promotion. And similarly, like, Perovic is obviously really good, and I want to keep him, but we want to have a Ukrainian option there because it's just easier having some good Ukrainians in the team and then supplementing that with foreigners rather than being too reliant on the foreigners. Oh god, terrible ball from Figueroa to Frolov. Frolov scores. Oh. I wasn't even going to bother recording it. When I realised that I had accidentally played through the Metallo game, I decided, bollocks to this, but actually, as it is, I thought, no, I will do it. I said I would, and so here we are, watching us lose 2-0 at home to Nueva Venezia. I'm going to set my alarm now. I wake up tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Left at the bottom end to Boyko, over to Figueroa. I'm also kind of hoping we can get a Ukrainian centre-back in, just to give that option as well, to when we're swapping around with substitutions and stuff. But it really depends on whether or not we can get a good one who's not asking for too much money. Andreev, oh for goodness sake, and goalkeeper is an absolute key position, so I'm going to try and sell that Tunisian goalkeeper we signed, and bring in 2 new goalkeepers. Well, maybe we'll keep Zamiakin as a backup goalkeeper, but yeah, we really need, is Figueroa injured now? Oh, for God's sake. Nagini out to Pavlyuchenko, gives it to Perovic. Nagini. Nicely played, nicely worked. Galushkin shoots, of course, and he misses. Lviv doing very well in terms of being bad. Assertive, show me something else. Passionate. You weren't that bad. Passionate. You weren't that bad. Passionate. You weren't that bad. So players at the back not playing very well. Mamurov is good in the air for attacking, but he doesn't seem to be great as a defender. Oh, there you go. Scored a goal straight away after the restart, but he doesn't seem to be quite as solid as a centre back as you would like. But hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll sell him. Boyko, great ball in. Mamurov heads it straight down to Saikov. Doesn't manage to give it out. Yeah, and the other thing as well is that we just need to be a bit more consistent with our quality of finishing. Like, Figueroa is great, and he scores 2 or 3 whenever he does score, but he doesn't often score just 1. Masha was just behind me. She has gone. Didn't even say hi. Now they have a corner. Oh, Borovkov, I think that guy's name was. It. Zamiakin manages to actually make a save. Lerpak, the butterman. Mamurov, big ball up, and Figueroa now is unleashed. Figueroa scores, beautiful stuff. He does score now. 2-2, that's good. The inspirational half-time team talk from me, obviously, is what's doing it. Let's bring on thingy for Sergei. Sergei might be, and I also see Galushkin's not playing well, so let's bring on Konstantinov. Confirmed. See what this does for us. Mamurov, Figueroa. We've got some good players. We've got a good basis to work with now. I feel like next season we can have a proper go at it. If we can, especially if we can make enough money, that means that we can bring in a couple of decent players. Because the problem is, at least the problem in the first half of the season was we were sort of scrabbling together to make a team each week with the weird formation that we end up, or weird squad formula that we had, and then once we were able to get some money in, having sold a few of those players in January, things were able to turn around a bit. And I think now if we do the same thing this time around, Levchuk, because if we beat them, we do go. I mean, if we win, we could go third even. So it's on us. Levchuk out to Konstantinov, Nagini, but no. Kulik manages to clear Perovic, and Pavlyuchenko to Levchuk, to Figueroa. Figueroa hits straight at Saikov. Now then, what are we going to do here? Levchuk isn't playing well, so what we could do, but then how many is in Perovic, but we can take Perovic because he's also tired. Let's do that. Bring on Radaby. Okay, so Kulik out to Severin, Sakharov. Great tackle from Lopat the Butterman in possibly his last ever appearance for the club. Possibly not, but possibly. Here we go. They've got our new lads on. Let's try and force the issue, get ourselves a winner. Another high-scoring game with, I keep wanting to say Shlonsk because we're a foreign team, so it must be Shlonsk, no, but we're Lviv. Konstantinov gets caught on his heels there. Kornienko gets rid of it. Radaby is wearing a number 3 because I auto assigned him his shirt, and apparently we'd sold a defender, so he's playing in number 3. Oh my goodness me! Pavlyuchenko, get there please. He does. He gives the ball. Oh, Figueroa wasn't expecting that. Back to Lopat the Butterman, who for some reason nods the ball on for them. It's gone out for a throw. Kulik to Frolov. Kulik, Sakharov, good, and Sergei goes, and he gives the ball to Figueroa. Figueroa gets tackled straight away and then fouls. Absolute classic. 85 minutes. Come on, we were playing so well for those first few minutes of the second half. Sakharov, and then it's gone out for a corner. God's sake. Come on, we could have come third. Konstantinov clears. Figueroa gets the ball under his control, gives it out to Radaby, but Radaby's a bit slow. He gets there though. What's he going to do? He's still got the ball. Gives it to Nagini. Nagini to Konstantinov. To Tubilov. Tubilov gets tackled and seems to foul someone, or I don't know what quite happened there. Andreev to cross right at the end. Oh, great save from Zamiakin. Karchenko, Mamrov clears, and now Figueroa's on the ball. Very last attack of the season, probably. Figueroa. He crosses. Kovalenko puts it out for a corner for some reason. Wasn't really any need to, but anyway, Figueroa to cross. It's cleared. Lopat the Butterman to Tubilov. What's he going to do? Mamorov again. Kornienko out to Lopat the Butterman. Big ball out to outspoken Sergei. Can he get the ball in the behind? He can. Oh, it nearly goes in for an own goal, but instead it's just a corner. Right here at the death, Radaby, Mamurov, but he just doesn't get there. We're in the last seconds of the game. Oh, that was it there. We could have nicked it, but as it was, no. We end up coming fifth, not third. Niva managed to nudge ahead of us just right at the end there. But you know, it's our own form in the last half of the season which has done that to us. Not a bad season. I think you can't really complain too much. We consolidated our position. I would say, are a better team, even though defensively we're still poor. Tavria have won the league. Have they ever won it before? Oh man, so they used to be a regular Premier League team, so actually they're a decent side. They've got some money. They've won the Ukrainian Premier League in 1992, so it was a little while ago, but they have done. There we go then. Konstantinov, release. He's got a non-promotion clause, has he? I didn't notice that. Whoops. Anyway, we'll do the press conference quickly. We did all right. It's a special way. Yes, of course we want to. Nagini will recover and probably never play for us again, but he will recover. Right, so that's the end of this season. We finished again in 5th. You can see that the league was so much stronger this year, though. I mean, Tavria and Arsenal would have both been champions last season, as would have Govela. Yeah, because Govela had even more wins than Stal did last year. And in fact, we had the same amount of wins as Stal did last year. If we had last season been as good as we were this season, it would have been enough to go up quite comfortably in second. As it is, we weren't. Who's coming down to us from the Premier League? It will be Matalurg and Stal. I believe that means that Bukovina managed to survive from last season, because it was Stal and Bukovina who went up. Yeah, so I'll see you in the next one, guys. We've got plenty to work on, mainly defensive things. You can see that we conceded 50, which is I mean, we're very much mid-table in terms of conceded, but in terms of goals scored, we were third. So that's what we really want to work on, fix that defence a little bit, turn some of these losses into some wins, and we would be going up next season. So fingers crossed, I'll see you at the beginning of the summer, the end of the summer, with the new signings, and hopefully with ourselves very much in the black. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.